I look like a hot mess. Wow, this video is clearly gonna go great. Hey, what's up, Natalians? I'm back, and today I just kind of wanted to talk about something that I've wanted to talk about for a while. Specifically, two things. Our recent theater experience and Hamilton. I've kind of wanted to talk about these things for a while, so just bear with me. First, my recent theater experience. So recently I went to go see a production of the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and it proved that theater can be really stressful for audience members. So the original plan was that my family and I were just going to see my friend Daryl in the show because we were in a show with him 2 or 3 months ago? I don't know, how long ago was September? So we get to the theater and my dad goes up to buy the tickets, and he calls me up to his place in the line, and he was like, "Do you want to be a speller?" And I'm like, and I didn't know what that meant, so I was just like, ah heck, why not, I'll do it. And he signed both of us up. So the show starts and the cast all comes out and they do the opening number that introduces all the characters, and it's really good so far. So, and then the woman who's like one of the judges, not the vice principal, the other lady, she was like, okay, there are some spellers who haven't signed in yet, and she like lists off all of our names. It was me, my dad, and 2 other people that I've never met before. So we all went up to the stage and we got number cards. We got number cards, and like one of the kids, he playing, I think it was Chip. He was like, he told us like basically what to expect. Okay, and they tell you a word, you're just gonna do this, and then you do that, and so on and so forth. And then we get to our seat, and they guide us to our seats, and like we just kind of sit there on the bleachers, and we're by all the cast, and I'm like, oh, okay, this could be fun. But then Daryl walks out, and I try so hard not to laugh because the character Daryl played is not like him at all. It's so like the opposite of him that I couldn't, I acted scared almost, which is what I tried to do, but like I wanted to laugh so hard because it's so not him at all. That's when I realized we're gonna have to spell words. And this is when I started getting a little bit nervous, because then I realized not only were we going to have to spell in front of the entire audience, we were gonna have to spell in front of this cast that's been practicing for months, one of them fairly attractive, and they've been practicing for months, and like there was a lot of pressure not to mess up, and like this was very real for me because like I was up there and I was getting flashbacks of like when I used to be in spelling bees when I went to brick and mortar school. So it was real for me, and we were talking to one of the guys the guy who made it to like the final round of audience volunteers, and he said like his friend got like 2nd in nationals, and like he made it to regionals in an actual spelling bee, so it was cool to talk to him. Like he already knew all of this stuff, and I thought that it was cool that it was real for the both of us. I thought that was interesting. Kind of weird too, because like I auditioned for this show like I don't even know how many months ago, just knowing nothing, just because I was just kind of like, what the heck, I'll just audition for the fun of it. And I love this story. So we're in the dance audition, and the director and I think the choreographer are talking to us about how it's usually like adults who play kids, and that like how the casting works, and it's not a chorus line level choreography or something like that. And they go, someone in here is 13, right? And I just kind of raised my hand, and they're like, "You're 13?" And I'm like, yeah, I get that a lot. But what was great about it is that I plan on auditioning. They're doing Into the Woods next October, and I definitely plan on auditioning for it. So I thought I'd audition for Spelling Bee, so like they know who I am. But anyway, it was really fun. It was really cool to like be on the stage. So like now I know that if I get into the Woods, I know how it's gonna look and feel if I actually get to perform in front of people on that stage. And like it was cool to like interact with the cast while they're on stage on those bleachers. And once the first lady left, we were all part of this big huge dance number, if you know the show Pandemonium. And they spun the bleachers, and we like jumped and like linked arms and went across the stage, and it was so much fun. I loved it. I will even forgive them for the brutal mispronunciation of my name. He called me up and he was like, "Johns Johns, and I'm like, what? Who is that? And then they say my name, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's Jorts. And the weird thing about it is, the lady got it right when she was calling us all up to sign up, or sign in, or whatever, but the guy, the vice principal, he got it wrong, and I was like, oh, it's Jorts. And that was kind of awkward, but it was still fun nonetheless. And now for my second topic, Hamilton. I already kind of talked about this in my last video, but I wanted to like talk about it more and go more in depth about it. So in the beginning, I wanted to stay as far away from the show as possible because everyone was talking about it, and I was just like, nah, this is so mainstream. But then a few of my friends were getting involved, and they were talking about it so much, and I was just so confused about it, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll have to give this a try. Maybe. And I found my perfect opportunity was coming up. Every year we drive to North Carolina. We take an 8-hour drive down to North Carolina because we have family there for Thanksgiving, and we usually listen to show tunes in the car to help pass the time. Since I knew the cast album was so long, I thought to myself, okay, maybe we can listen to it on this drive so like everyone can intake it together and we can all react together and discuss our thoughts to also help pass the time. So I was kind of lying, so like basically what happened was we left Tuesday night, we took a 2-hour drive down to Marietta, and we stayed there for the night, and then we're gonna take the 6-hour drive from Marietta to Charlotte, and it was gonna be shorter. So it was the Wednesday morning after we were in Marietta, and then we were gonna go down. So that's when I decided to listen to it, since I knew it was longer than just 2 hours. So we listened to it, and then I understood why everyone was praising it so much. It's literally so good. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a genius. Everyone in the cast is so talented. I have mad respect for those people who can rap that fast. Oh my god, I love this show so much. It's so like, the music is so good, and like it's 46 songs, but it's so good. It's like everything is just it's just perfect. I love it. And what's funny about it is the topics that were covered in Hamilton, I'm learning about right now in my history class. So like we were able to talk about it and like relate it to what we've been learning about and like connect pieces. So it was really interesting that it came out like at this really good time. But I also really love the fact that, with the exception of Jonathan Groff as King George, almost all of the leads are played by people of color. So that's like, yeah, diversity, woohoo! I think Lin-Manuel said in an interview that like, it's America then, told by America now. It looks like America now. And I really like that, because it gives people of color more of an opportunity to be a part of the theater, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of a weird phrasing, but you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But seriously, if you haven't listened to Hamilton, please go listen to Hamilton. You will not regret it, I promise you. And Alex, you better get the Hamilton soundtrack before I get to Chicago, or you will be left out of the conversations and have no clue what's going on, and I don't want that for you. Really, I don't. Anyway, leave a comment down below telling me your favorite new musical and or your weirdest theater experience as an audience member. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today, so bye! Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Yeah, I don't really remember how it went either.